Hey guys, this is Cindy Schultz from Shelby Photography in Washington, Illinois, and I'm going to talk to you today about one of the images that I entered into Shoot and Share, the Shoot and Share contest. So I love taking senior pictures, and this is an image of Jessica. She came into my studio for the first time for her clothing consultation, and one of the pieces that she brought with her was a ballerina costume. And she didn't really have any ideas on how she wanted me to capture her in her ballerina costume. And admittedly, I don't know anything about dance or being a ballerina, and I'm not very graceful or coordinated myself, so I was admittedly kind of nervous about this, but also super excited for the challenge. And I got my inspiration for capturing this picture of Jessica through kind of searching on the internet on what kind of dance or ballet pictures spoke to me personally. The images that I loved were black and white. They were very simple, had a lot of negative space, and I especially loved the softness and grace and that ballerinas had, but I loved the contrast of having that kind of with an urban backdrop. So that was my goal during her senior session. I bounced some of those ideas off of her, and she loved it. I also sent her a few pictures that I really loved just so that she knew what I had in mind, and she was ecstatic about it. So we took her to downtown Peoria. There's a super cool wall with a super busy street that flows right beside it. So it's kind of hard to capture pictures there because you have to wait for cars to pass all the time. Also, it's loud and it's hard to hear each other, so there's a lot of yelling back and forth on what I wanted her to do. And the street, the sidewalk was filled with pigeon poop, which was kind of gross, but once I got her into position and I crossed the street to the spot where I wanted to capture her, told her what I wanted her to do, she came up into this position. I asked her to turn her head to the left to capture the light on the left side of her face, and I just knew that I loved it the instant that I captured it. I was just super happy and excited to capture it. I showed Jessica the picture on the back of the LCD display, and she really loved it. So I brought it back home, did some post-processing. The settings were 400 ISO, 2.8 aperture. I think the shutter speed was 1/1000th. I turned it to black and white, and I love it. It's exactly what I wanted. It's soft. It shows grace. It has the contrast of that urban, cool textured wall, and she ended up getting a large format print of this one and had it framed and put in her house. So that's the story. Thanks, Shoot and Share.